In a shocking revelation, Tucker Carlson delves into the untold truths about the Obama's marriage, uncovering hidden aspects that have been kept secret for many years. What secrets are being kept from the public? Are there layers in the Obama's relationship that we have never been made aware of? In this attention-grabbing analysis, Tucker makes surprising claims and viewpoints that challenge the narrative we've always been told. Know who Trump is? Watch the reaction to Trump. I mean, that's really it. I think Trump is politically moderate, and I think that not because I'm... If you find these revelations interesting and want to learn more shocking truths about powerful figures, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss any future videos. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about what Tucker Carlson just revealed? Let's discuss and explore more into intriguing perspectives. So, what exactly did Tucker Carlson say? Let's take a look. When it comes to conservative news, Tucker Carlson has been at the forefront for decades. He transitioned from print journalism to television, working for CNN and MSNBC before finally establishing himself at Fox News. Famous for his populist speaking style, sharp critique, and willingness to challenge political elites and mainstream narratives, he became the host of Tucker Carlson Tonight and became one of the most influential and divisive figures in American media. However, Carlson's time at Fox News ended abruptly in 2023. Though no one knows for certain why he left, that didn't stop him. He left and started his own show on Twitter, now X, where he could freely express his views without interference. In the second episode of his show, he targeted Obama with the title Stick to Your Taboos, where his program explored the evolution of moral standards in society. He began by providing some background on how the media has shaped public opinion and other political scandals, like Bill Clinton's famous affair. However, Obama became the focal point of attention. The situation at that time became increasingly tense. You'd be mistaken to think that this was the end of the speculation. The most significant clues don't always come from whispers or offhand comments, but rather from his statements, which could be the most crucial part of the story about Obama so far. Pulitzer Prize-winning author David G. revealed some interesting information about Barack Obama's past. G. discovered letters that Obama wrote to his then-girlfriend Alex McNear in 1982 when he was a student at the University of Los Angeles. In these letters, Obama opened up about his struggles with his sexual identity. He admitted to having homosexual tendencies in one of the letters, stating that he often fantasized about having sex with men, but only in his imagination. This passage suggests that although Obama had these desires, they were confined to his thoughts. These reflections were part of a larger exploration of self-awareness and identity that he underwent in his early 20s. If you want to keep following untold stories and shocking truths, click on the next video right now. There are sure to be more surprises waiting for you. Join our community to stay updated with the latest news and fascinating analyses. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to join the conversation below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. The full content of these letters is not available to the public, as they are stored in a private collection at Emory University. Their existence has sparked curiosity and speculation, as access is highly restricted, and only those with special permission can view them. Because of G's revelations, people have begun discussing Obama's past and how the media has either denied or ignored it. Many believe these details offer insights into Obama's early years, while others argue that they are too personal to warrant public investigation. It's important to approach this information with sensitivity. A person's sexual orientation is not determined by their creative exploration of sexuality. It seems that Obama's thoughts were part of a larger journey of self-discovery, something many people go through as young adults. In conclusion, Obama's sexual orientation remains an open question. In these letters, though, they reveal some perspectives from his college years. However, they are part of the rich tapestry of events that have shaped the person who became the 44th President of the United States. The internet suddenly takes a dramatic turn when you think speculation has gone too far. Yes, Barack Obama's wife Michelle has also been caught up in this storm of conspiracy theories. I promise you, this is something completely new for you, but hold on, things are about to get crazy. Here, some people who believe in conspiracy theories claim that Michelle Obama is actually a man. They point to features such as her body and facial structure, as well as instances like when Barack Obama accidentally called her Michael in a video. The quote, "Michael, and I also want to thank our son Jack," was made by Obama while speaking to soldiers. Although it could just be a mistake, it led many to believe that Rivers unintentionally revealed an untold truth. Additionally, some argue that Michelle's body proportions appear more masculine than feminine, particularly her height, arms, and shoulders, along with her extensive connections in Hollywood and politics. Many also believe that childhood photos of Michelle were altered or erased to hide this truth. However, skeptics of this theory point out that women who exercise regularly, especially those with well-defined bodies, often have more muscular proportions than those who don't work out. It could all be part of a sophisticated hoax, or maybe she was right from the beginning. One theory suggests that Barack Obama's early and public support for LGBTQ rights may be deeply connected to his personal life, further fueling curiosity about this matter. However, do any of these things really mean anything? Speculation and interpretation are the core elements. As with most conspiracy theories, ultimately, this theory remains just a theory. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, there are those who continue to examine every image, video, and even spelling mistakes, searching for clues in an effort to uncover the truth. However, Michelle is not the only one facing rumors and doubts. Barack Obama has also been targeted. These rumors became a major topic of controversy in 2012 when a magazine cover story attracted public attention. In 2012, a controversial cover story in Newsweek titled "The First Gay President" garnered significant attention. Although the headline was quickly criticized and widely opposed, it was actually a metaphor praising President Barack Obama's strong support for LGBTQ rights. The headline not only sparked a stir, but also created a wave of backlash from within the Democratic Party. In fact, despite being a politically controversial decision that could have been dangerous domestically, the article was published just after Obama publicly endorsed same-sex marriage, a bold and progressive stance at the time. The article, written by Andrew Sullivan, a well-known openly gay writer, praised Obama's efforts to advance LGBTQ rights. Sullivan compared Obama to Bill Clinton, whom the writer Toni Morrison had called the first black president for his deep concern about issues affecting African Americans. For Sullivan, Obama was not only a president leading on civil rights issues, but also a pioneer in the fight for the rights of the LGBTQ community. However, the article was not without its backlash, particularly from those who disagreed with the phrasing and how it could stir misunderstandings about Obama's politics and identity. However, conspiracy theorists have exploited this phrasing and misinterpreted its metaphorical meaning, turning it into evidence for theories about Obama's secret life. This has revived old accusations such as those from Larry Sinclair, who claimed in 2008 that he and Obama had sexual relations and used drugs in the late 90s. Although Sinclair's allegations were widely dismissed, especially after he failed a polygraph test and had a history of fraud, his story was still used by those on the right to shape Obama's image. Furthermore, another article from a New York Times in 2009 described Obama's administration as a boys' club, with a small group of male staff members leading important decisions. Some saw this as additional evidence that Obama had unusually close relationships with certain men, notably Reggie Love, his former bodyguard and personal assistant. Love's frequent appearances at events with Obama sparked rumors of a romantic relationship between the two. However, Love publicly denied these accusations, asserting that his relationship with Obama was strictly professional, based on dedication and work. The needs and issues that may arise throughout a day. Beyond these speculations, conspiracy theorists have scrutinized Obama's friendships and behaviors in search of signs of a secret life. While these were his thoughts from his teenage years, they have been exaggerated and taken out of context. Some have cited letters from Obama's past in which he is said to have fantasized about men. Another famous theory is the Joan Rivers theory, stemming from a 2014 remark by the late comedian in which she joked that Obama was gay and Michelle was a transgender woman. Rivers made this comment casually, famous for her shock humor, but conspiracy theorists took it as a confession and spread it. After leaving office, Obama's support for LGBTQ rights grew even stronger, although he never officially addressed these claims, whether true or politically motivated. Although these theories may stem from blind belief or be used as a political tool, they still provide an interesting insight into how public perception can be influenced not by truth, but by speculation. In the end, speculations are just that, speculation, until someone with a large following decides to dig deeper. In fact, one of the most prominent conservative figures in the media, Tucker Carlson, believes that Barack Obama's private life is not what it seems. He hinted that the public story is just the beginning, and that the mainstream media is overlooking the real story. Then there's Pulitzer Prize-winning historian David G., who has extensively researched Obama's biography for years. He made a shocking statement in an interview, revealing that Obama had written about fantasies involving men in his letters. However, these were not public statements, but rather deep thoughts and emotions that he sent in letters to a lover during his early years. These letters may not necessarily reflect his behavior, but they have been carefully stored and kept private. The question remains, why are these truths kept hidden when all we know is from indirect reports? And then there's Michelle Obama, with blurry photos, edited videos, and rumors circulating from certain corners of the internet that have fueled conspiracy theories about her gender for years. So let me take a minute to help folks, especially the men in our lives, to get a better sense of what could happen if we keep dismantling parts of our reproductive care system piece by piece. According to archival footage, others have pointed out her tall and athletic build, comparing it to previous first ladies. But let's be honest, these accusations have never been proven, and most people see them as attacks on Obama's legacy, motivated by political agendas. What's strange is that whenever this issue is brought up, swift actions are taken to shut down the conversation. Even well-known historians like G have spoken out, claiming that journalists deliberately avoid mentioning certain aspects of Obama's past for fear of backlash, and that the truth could quickly clarify these stories as misinformation. Meanwhile, many articles and discussions on social media are also swiftly removed. This has led many to question whether something is being hidden. Could there be a dark secret concealed? Maybe yes, maybe no. Perhaps Obama was just a young person experimenting, sharing his thoughts through letters, and the allegations about Michelle Obama are just baseless rumors, while she is simply a strong and confident woman. However, it is also possible that there is more to this story that has yet to be revealed. Because if there is one lesson we can learn from the past, it's that sometimes we need to speak out about the things those in power try to keep hidden. Is there a dark conspiracy waiting to be exposed, or are we simply seeing old stories resurfacing? Remember that stories about the private lives of other leaders have circulated for a long time, not just Obama, and he won't be the last. I'm fully aware of the division Obama's story has caused, but we must acknowledge that this is not something new. Politics has been shaken by such rumors and scandals throughout history, from presidents and FBI directors to past celebrities. All have been targets of rumors and accusations regarding their private lives. And to some extent, some of those rumors have been true. Think of J. Edgar Hoover, who led the FBI for nearly half a century, yet his private life remained a mystery. Instead of any misconduct, his very close relationship with his deputy, Clyde Tolson, became a subject of speculation for decades. They vacationed, dined, and traveled together. When Hoover passed away, his entire estate was transferred to Tolson. Was their relationship simply a lifelong friendship, or was there something more? That question remains unanswered. Abraham Lincoln is another example. Lincoln and his closest friend, Joshua Speed, shared a bed for a long period before he became president. Was this just a normal friendship, or was there something more significant between them? This question has resurfaced in recent years as historians reconsider the past with a fresh perspective. These stories have existed for over a century, but we still lack concrete evidence. And let's not forget Bill Clinton. His scandals were front-page news. Unlike Hoover and Lincoln, one of the biggest political storms in U.S. history was his affair with Monica Lewinsky. This wasn't the first time, nor would it be the last, that a president got involved in a sex scandal. In fact, let's admit that politicians have long used people's private lives as weapons, sometimes for legitimate reasons, and sometimes just to bring down specific figures. So, why do these stories keep resurfacing? The simple answer, any sex scandal, whether true or imagined, can be used to undermine public trust. They have the power to stir public opinion, change the narrative, and quickly turn a respected leader into a national joke. Nothing remains private when power is involved. Whether it's sexual rumors or shocking accusations of an affair, we have to admit that Tucker Carlson is really good at what he does. Everything from his delivery to the timing and the controversy is carefully calculated. But why now? Why is this the time to reveal such shocking truths? You might notice this isn't the first time Carlson has done this. His entire reputation is tied to exposing stories that mainstream media has overlooked. He's always pulled off controversial moves, watched the internet heat up, and observed the level of engagement increase. And honestly, engagement is key. His platform becomes more effective as the number of responses and shares grows. He has even more motivation now to target these shocking stories, especially now that he's independent and no longer part of the monster that is Fox News. Consider the massive fan base he had even before joining Fox. However, now he runs his own platform independently. He has full control over the narrative, the agendas are set by him, and most importantly, he makes money from every click, view, and viral moment. Moreover, promoting such shocking and polarizing news forces people to pick sides, ensuring that the conversation keeps going. There's no fault in this. I call it a playbook, the role of the outsider, the one who speaks the truth, and the one who dares to say what others won't. Carlson excels in this role. The question of whether people trust him or not is almost irrelevant because for Tucker Carlson, controversy equals money, and he knows how to make money from it. This kind of news clearly shows that social media is not just a platform, but a driving force in how politics and our values can change if we're not careful. Have you ever found the allure of conspiracy theories to be a mystery? The way our brains work is at the core of the issue, not just the conspiracies themselves. Studies have shown that we all tend to have confirmation bias, meaning we tend to look for evidence that supports our existing beliefs while ignoring or downplaying evidence that contradicts them. Think about your Instagram feed. You tend to like things that align with your beliefs, right? That's confirmation bias in action. The problem is, this is amplified by social media platforms where we're constantly fed more of what we've interacted with before. To quote Mark Manson, it's a feedback loop from hell. And let's face it, when the algorithm keeps feeding us similar content, it's easy to fall into a rabbit hole. This is where things get complicated. The truth, half-truths, and falsehoods are all amplified by social media. It only takes a few minutes for a shocking post to go viral across the internet. So we've uncovered some shocking truths that few dare to share. This investigation will surely make many reconsider what they thought they knew. What do you think about the information revealed? Could it change the way we view the relationship between the Obamas? Share your thoughts in the comments below this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.